Undisputed, Magic Johnson is still with us and is sticking with us for the remainder of the show, so lucky us. And I'm sure, Skip, you've got a lot more to ask Magic.
So after you stepped aside, the Laker front office took an enormous amount of national criticism for their dysfunction. There are lots of reports that actually Linda Rambis and Kurt Rambis, her husband, made many of the biggest decisions, not Jeannie. So put that in perspective for us. How did you see the organization run from the top?
Yeah, Jeannie is still running everything. She makes all the final calls. Linda has been working with Jeannie forever, 40 years, I think it is, or just about 40. So I think Linda always is a person that, a go-to person for Jeannie. And they're best friends. Kurt came in. Actually, you know, I brought Kurt in. And so Kurt knows the game of basketball. So he was a good person for me to lean on. Are we going in the right direction? On and on and on. What do you think about the offense that Luke Walton was running? You know, things of that nature. Right. So I needed more basketball expertise within the Laker organization. I thought Rob did a nice job of signing. Rob Pelinka did a nice job of signing, you know, Green, Bradley, all those guys.
He did. He had to scramble.
Yeah, he had to scramble. Yeah. But, you know, Kawhi Leonard was worth waiting for. Right. You know, because if Kawhi comes, I mean...
By the way, were you shocked that he went Clippers?
No. He was going to come to the Lakers unless they got Paul George, right? And, you know, give Jerry West and Mr. Ballmer all them credit for going out making that trade. And also, too, you know what I like? I like the fact that we quite don't know who's going to win the championship. Right. Because it's good for the basketball fans.
Sure. Right.
Because, man, the West is stacked.
It's loaded.
It is stacked. I mean, listen, there's no off nights no more in the NBA.
No.
Even
not the West.
No.
Not the West. Not the West.
I mean, you play Phoenix, Sacramento, they can beat you.
They can.
Right? All the way up to the best teams. Yeah. So, Jeannie is a great CEO, great chairman. She knows what she's doing. She's so super smart. And I think she has all the right people in place. The only thing I worry about, she just don't have nobody there that, you know, she can lean on. Who is there to lean on? That was me. That was my role, right. And she could trust me because I didn't want nothing. Right. I was there for the right reasons.
So if Rob had not been sitting between you and Jeannie, would you still be there?
If I could have just made the calls that I wanted to make, which was, you know, Luke was not ready at that time. But I'm happy for him. He went to Sacramento. He's going to do a great job. Sometimes you get fired and you'll do a better job.
The second time around.
Exactly. And so I know it was conflict. It was tough. Listen, he an ex-Laker. I'm an ex-Laker, you know. And she loves both of us to death, right? And so, but, hey, she made the call, I made a decision, and now we got to move on. And I'm here for her, though. And she knows that. And I'm here for the Lakers. I'm a Laker, man. I'm never going to...
So it came down to whether Luke stays or goes, then?
For me, just if you're going, you have to empower me. If you brought me in to be the president, you got to give me that power, because now I'm going to take all the criticism when it goes wrong, right? Right. Magic don't know what he's doing or so on. So I got to have my team, my guys in those positions. And I don't mind taking the bullets then, right? I don't mind taking, you know, the criticism
and the blowback that's going to come along with that, because those are your guys.
That's right. That's right.
Did she tell you this is what we're going to do?
No, she was conflicted because it was tough. You know, she's sitting there, you know, she loves Luke, loves me, and then we love her. And we're all friends with her, too, at the same time. Yeah. So I didn't want to put her in that position anymore. So I just stepped aside. And so I think that, and Tim Lywicki is there, so Tim will be able, I'm sorry. I said Tim Lywicki. He used to be with AG. Okay. But Tim is there, so he can help her as well.
But isn't it hard, Magic, if you're the CEO, and this is with anything, if you come too close, it clouds your judgment and make decisions like what she has to make. It makes it more difficult.
Yes.
You're not supposed to get attached because you're going to have to make those tough decisions at some point, trade a player, fire a coach, or do something. Right. And when you're that close, it clouds your judgment.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's why I understood. You know, I went home for 2 nights, and I couldn't sleep.
Right.
I said, Irvin, what are you doing? Right? You're putting her in a tough position.
Right.
And I looked up and said, I really don't need this.
Right.
Right? I said, I'm here for the right reasons, but I don't need it.
Right.
So let me step aside. Let her go back to making the decisions, not being in a tough position because she likes me and likes Luke. And I'm sure she's had some sleepless nights as well.
Right.
Because I was putting pressure on her, you got to make this move.
Right.
And we're trying to win the championship, and I don't think he was a championship coach. So it was tough. And listen, I love her. She's doing a wonderful job. And she went out. Look, when I stepped aside, look what happened. I mean, AD trade. I mean, things happen, and the Lakers are in a great position.
Okay, but what if you had pulled off the AD trade at the trade deadline? Would you still be in power?
Oh, I would still be there.
Okay.
And then I could have the coach that I wanted. I'd still be there, of course.
Okay. And I think the same things would have transpired, right? Everything would have fallen into place.
Yeah, everything would have fallen into place. And also, too, Kawhi, knowing him, knowing the uncle. So we had some great conversations, too. So we would have had just as good a shot as we had before, but I think even better with me in that position.
Oh, so maybe...
I'm not saying that he would have came to the Lakers, but I'm saying I think we would have had a better shot at him.
Ooh.
But why wouldn't Dale Demps do the deal that David Griffin just did?
It got him fired. See, it's the same.
Pride got in the way.
Yes, and he was looking at me like I caused Anthony Davis to want to be traded.
Right.
So we're on the phone,
right,
and he's blaming me. I said, what are you blaming me for, Dale? I heard he wanted to be traded, so I'm giving you a call.
Right.
Are you going to trade him? You're not going to trade him? And so he had me send 3 or 4 proposals, but he never got serious, Shannon. He never got serious. And I told Rob, I told Jeannie, he doesn't want to trade AD to us. And sure enough, the last one was, give us your whole team and 5 first-round picks. I said, listen, man,
this ain't no 2-on-2.
I can't give you 5 first-round picks and the whole team.
Right.
He wanted all our young guys. And I said, no, I can't do it now. That's when I said, he doesn't want to trade them.
Right.
And then look what happened. When they found out, the owner found out what was the trade proposal from us.
Right.
She was like, oh, what are you doing? And then the new general manager comes. And
that's the exact same trade that you had on the table that they accepted.
Well, is it the same?
It's basically the same. Okay. You got the young guys and you got the...
What, was Kuzma included in it?
Well, remember, it could have went either way.
Okay.
They had proposals with him, proposals without him.
Right.
So that was the deal.
Okay, how good can Anthony Davis be as a Laker?
I mean, he could be the next great big man. He has everything. He can shoot it from the outside. He can take you off the dribble at 6'11". He can score inside, outside, block shots. He's a great defender. And they got to hopefully sign him either during the year or after the season, because when LeBron says, I'm gone, you still got a superstar to build.
And other players want to come.
Exactly, and play with him. Once you get that superstar, especially in a place like Los Angeles, especially for the Lakers, now other superstars will want to come and other players will want to come. That's what happened when, think about it. Danny Green had options.
Right.
Avery Bradley had options, so they could have went other places. Sure. But because of those 2 superstars, they wanted to play with them.
My only concern about Anthony here, as I've voiced to this man across the table, is he got to play sort of in the shadows in New Orleans. And boy, Tuesday night, those lights were bright out there. As you well know, these are the brightest lights. And I don't think he's experienced that yet. And I'm not sure he can keep standing up to it, depending on how great LeBron can be in year 17. LeBron's going to have to share some of that superstar load with him.
Well, I think that also Kyle Kuzma's going to take a lot of pressure off both of them.
Okay.
See, you need the other scorer in there and a guy that can stretch the floor as well. And Kyle Kuzma can do that. And listen, we saw him rookie season, the next season, last season. Kyle is taking steps and
So
steps.
you believe in
Oh
Kyle.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Because I see him working in the gym. He's like this dude in the gym. I'm talking about a gym rat,
Right.
a guy who gets there earlier than anybody. 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, shooting. Anybody would love to play with Kyle Kuzma because he is a guy that loves the lights. So you talking about lights?
There we go.
He embraces that. And I think Anthony will adjust to Los Angeles. He will adjust to being a Laker. It just takes time. It's only one game. And that's why I didn't really...
Say it again, Magic. How many games is it?
One.
Because they talk about that whole
One game. It's one game.
Yeah.
Listen, I remember we got beat. Houston blew us out in Houston when they had the Twin Towers, right? Everybody was going, It's the new way of playing basketball. You got to have 2 7-footers. You know what ended up happening? We won that championship. So the first game, we had to fill Houston out, just like they had to fill us out. Lakers, Clippers had to fill each other out. So it's going to be amazing. Let's see what happens on Christmas, the second game. And then you watch what happens the third game.
Yep.
And then you wait till the playoff. But these two teams are going to be great.
So speaking of one game, you went to a game last night, I understand, LAFC versus Galaxy, and they advanced to the Western Conference Final.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we finally beat them. The Galaxy.